Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Thursday, October 22nd, 2009. Well, folks, here we sit. The market's basically flat on the day after a crazy sell-off day yesterday. Now, I want to cover a little bit on what happened yesterday to trigger this sell-off because there's a lot on the technical side, some interesting phenomenons going on as well, but the technical levels that were triggered yesterday were the signal to go short this market, and we again nailed it here. Our premium subscribers getting the date as much as 3 weeks ago at the price when to go short this market. What level was this market going to go up to where you could go short this market? Sure enough, it was right here at 110.34. That's what we gave out to the subscribers. The market came up here on the SPY to 110.31, 3 cents into that range right there, and the sell-off just started. And that's what we said to short to our premium subscribers. That's what our premium subscribers nailed, and the market just cascaded to the downside all the way down here. Look at the pullback initially. Where do you go? Right down to the secondary white-green line, bounce around there, come down, touch it again, bounce up, and then when that was broken, that's when it was done. This market was cooked yesterday. Once that happened, we were right on top of that all the way down in this market. Again, closing on the lows of the day yesterday, selling off a little bit early today on heavier volume. And then volume has gotten very light the rest of the day, and the markets are just trending sideways to up. Now, again, those of you that are premium subscribers, you know we talked yesterday in the video, nightly video, to our premium subscribers about what to expect today, and this is exactly what you were to expect today, folks. Basically a flat, maybe slightly higher day, decent consolidation off the down move yesterday, and that's happening to a point. So, again, multiple nailed calls. I shorted oil, ended up calling out the short in the chat room of oil, posting it on the Pro Trader watch list, which is part of the Research Center yesterday, buying the SCO at 12.25 yesterday at the high point on oil yesterday, and down it did come as well, trading up about 13 cents today, almost up 50 cents on that position already. Again, SCO is the short, 2 times short crude oil there, ETF. Now, a couple other things to look at, folks. Right now, the market again is basically trading on the flat line. I'll give you guys the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ. The Dow right now is up 75 points. That's an outlier, though. Don't kind of be misled by that. That's pretty much 3M right there. I'll show you that in a second. But Dow is up 75 points. The NASDAQ is down 3 points, and the S&P is up 2 points. So that kind of gives you a better sense focusing on the Dow and the S&P. Remember the NASDAQ and the S&P. Remember the Dow is basically 30 stocks, and if one of them has decent earnings, it basically has a huge impact. For instance, today, just take a look at 3M. Look at this, up $2.50 on 3M. That's a direct component of the Dow. Therefore, this alone is probably worth 30 points in the Dow today. So you have to respect that and just understand that the Dow is kind of a skewed index. It's also price cap weighted. It's not market cap weighted, so that makes a big difference as well. Price cap weighted means a stock, whether it's a small cap or a large cap, at $100 is still going to have more of an impact than a multi-billion-dollar company that's trading at $10. Still more of an impact. So it's kind of like the BS of all indexes there. But nonetheless, it is focusing here. You can just look at the SPY, and this is really what you have today. Here's where we closed yesterday right here. Here's where we are today. You can see just slightly positive on the day, and that's exactly what we were expecting for today. Now, just want to point out a couple things. See this pattern right here? See this up move and then sideways inside bar consolidation? That's in spirit of bullish pattern. I want you guys to recognize that. You need to be able to recognize that at that point. This is a bullish pattern formation. I want you to watch this into the end of the day today because it could signal that we're going to move up possibly this orange trend line. This orange trend line right up here, which is at 108.70.75. That will be resistance later in the afternoon. Support right now is right here, blue line, 20 moving average curling up. That's a good amount of support right there. That also leads me to believe that this is a bullish pattern and may play out to the upside with a little bit of a pop in the afternoon session. Overall, all I expect, folks, is a flat to slightly positive day. That's all I'm looking for today. That's what we had called for yesterday. That's exactly what we're getting today. And that's what we're going to look for, again, when we project out of tomorrow, next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, you have to join the Research Center to get some of that information. But again, what a short call, folks. All in all, this is where we called the short. Again, we called this 3 weeks ago. This spot was called 3 weeks ago. The market comes up, kisses it, and look at the fall you get off of it. Again, all it is just understanding the technicals, understanding how to read the charts. This chart, for instance, is like a book. As long as you know the language and how to read it and interpret it, you can read it, and everything on this chart tells you what's going to happen. For instance, look at this dump. Big dump yesterday, right? Where do we go? We go right to this trend line we had on our charts. Now, why is that trend line significant? Well, if you go back, folks, you can see this trend line matches up with this high pivot and see this gap in here. That's that same line at 107.60-ish. What was the low today? We pierced that, went to 107.50. Now, the interesting thing about that pierce is not only did it have a support line right here at 107.60, but look at this on the 60-minute. 60-minute goes right down to my master level, which is gap fill right here as well at 107.50. So, again, multiple levels of support there. You get some tails. See, 1, 2, 3 tails. Tails tells us this market's going to move up. This is telling me, again, I'm translating this book to you guys, what this is telling, and sure enough, right off of that, we called for an up move in this market, sideways to up, and that's exactly what's happened. You can see up, we went to the blue line. What happens? Consolidates, tries to get above, pulls back, but look at how the pullback got above. We didn't confirm it, and you consolidate and pull back, but you stay on top of the 20 moving average. Here's the 20 moving average sloping down. You never really close below the 20, and that yields another move up. Then we get above it here, and then bullish consolidation, and sure enough, what did I just say about this pattern? Slightly bullish, and look at the market starting to creep up here, guys. All I'm doing is translating this for you. This is what we teach. Again, the research center is made up of about 5 or 6 different services there. All we do is there is guide. We're going to give you guidance on the markets. We're going to give you master levels to go short or long off of. Again, it's all about educating. We're not there to give you a fish. We're there to teach you how to catch the fish, and that's the bottom line. Again, all this stuff, go check it out. Everything's included under that research center for $49.99. And again, what a call yesterday. It's about our 1,000th call probably just in the last 6 to 8 months that has been dead on as well. On levels, on key moves, and everything else. So again, just unbelievable stuff. Watch this market again as it may creep up towards that orange line later this afternoon. If you get through that orange trend line right here, then the next spot's going to be your 50 moving average and then the 200. I don't necessarily know if we'll get past the 50 moving average today. The 50 moving average is possible, but right now this is the one that's in play right here below that at 108.70. 108.70. On the downside, if you were to get below the 20, you have a chance of going to this pivot low right here. That would be a spot, and then if you get through that, this would be your next spot to go to, and then ultimately the lows of the day back down here. But again, that's what we're looking at. Here's your 60-minute chart. You can see the size of that drop, and all these lines are very significant on this chart. All right, they're all key levels that you need to be aware of, and again, our premium subscribers in the Research Center are fully aware of them, and we'll continue to give them the guidance, the premier guidance that we give to the hedge funds, that we give to the money managers, everyone out there. We don't hold anything back. Nothing's held back. Nothing's given out that's not given to others. It's all given out to our subscribers, and you are getting privy information that most hedge funds pay hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for, frankly. All right, folks, have a wonderful rest of the day. Come join us in the Research Center. Come join us in the chat room. Come join our next webinar in early November to find out how we do these calculations. And again, we will see you very soon. Take care, folks.